Hey everyone, and I hope you are well. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we are diving into our very first community build showcase. Just a few days ago I put out a request asking for you guys to submit your favourite Power Lives lots for me to check out, and the response so far has been incredible. The first build we're looking at is from our community submissions, and it completely blew me away. It's called the Cozy Boho Mid-Century Modern, and it was contributed over on Reddit by user OddGuide5124. They originally built it to be their own personal Paris home, but it turned out so cute they decided to share it with everyone on the Steam Workshop. It's got a private path to the beach, a stunning central courtyard, and guys, the vibes in here are completely immaculate. So let's head inside and take a look. Spec-wise, we are looking at a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom setup, complete with its own dedicated recreational room, and right off the bat you can see that the coziness is really just maxed out. The colour palettes in every room are dialed in perfectly. Look at the way the clutter is dotted throughout the space. Doesn't feel messy, it feels alive. Like an artistic para actually lives here. Someone with massive appreciation for music, art, and just a touch of bohemian flair. Now, one of the coolest architectural features in here is the central courtyard. Now, the flat has some incredible glass panels around the entire complex itself, which honestly for me is a little bit too open. Especially given you could basically look in through the blinds directly at your para whilst they're taking a shower or a bath in either of the 2 bathrooms. But aside from that, I think it plays more into the dependence on natural light lighting up each of the rooms, as the rooms themselves are painted in somewhat darker colours. The master bedroom has a beautiful green wall, complete with fairy lights and a more lived-in aesthetic than some of the other rooms. The courtyard itself gives host to 2 red lawn chairs and a small carpet at the base. Of course, there's some flowers and overgrow out here as well, which really also add to the atmosphere. The spare room is also available with a bookshelf, a bed, and an off-center wardrobe. So if you were to move in your para, this would be a room that you could kind of have as like a guest room, or if you were to basically expand your family and start a new family of your own, this could be a room that would be perfect for them. It has its own access to the bathroom, which has 2 entranceways. Upon arriving at this property and coming straight through the front door, you'll find a quiet little hallway that gives birth to essentially the rest of the house itself. Immediately off to the right gives us the living room, and the living room itself again is incredibly well detailed. There's another bookshelf, a guitar, a centerpiece with some speakers, as well as a mirror in the corner and a little reading light set up as well. This place looks incredibly well detailed and lived in, with cups and cushions thrown all around the place, essentially giving you the feeling that you've probably been here for a little while, or at least have settled in. Off to the right hand side of the living room itself are 2 double doors. These give access to the back courtyard area, which has trees and some lights essentially guiding you outside once the night finally falls. Given the placement of this property, it does actually lead us out to the beach area as well, which again is beautifully available for us. Heading our way now into the courtyard itself, we find a rather relaxing environment. There's not too much out here aside from a little radio and a couple chairs just to kind of chill. As you can see, that this is an open sky area as well. The roofs that are built around the outside of the property itself obviously aren't visible or apparent in this center court area, and we're quite lucky that the Para Lives town itself doesn't really suffer any kind of harsh weather effects yet. I'm sure once weather eventually does get added to this title, if it ever does, this will probably be a bit of a wet place to kind of hang out with your paras, but nonetheless. From the center courtyard itself, we have access to 4 of the main rooms. The first one we're going to take a look at is this offshoot off to the side, which has a painting canvas, workout bench, as well as another guitar. This is beautifully placed again, as it really does give your para somewhere to look whilst they're actually painting their first masterpiece. And the weights are there as well in order to keep on top of your body fitness as well. Moving on from here, we have access to one of the main bathrooms. This place has a shower and a toilet, as well as a mirror for gussing up and a sink for taking care of your teeth in the mornings. This ensuite is directly attached to the spare bedroom. The spare bedroom has a couple boxes in it as well, basically kind of just showing you that this place hasn't been fully moved into. So if you were to move in to this spot on your own or as a couple, you kind of know that you have this spare room off to the side, safe for when you want a 3rd person or child to join your family and kind of get set up in this small room. Back into the center courtyard, there is a yoga mat placed as well, and I think this is a really perfect place, and I think this is a perfect place to get some yoga in. You know, you're in this open space, open air environment. It's a really good place to kind of take care of your mental health, your well-being. Not outside in nature, just kind of surrounded by fresh air. Hidden inside from this small outside area, we have the master bedroom. Now, of course, this is a double bed. There's more motivational signs here, like the run, squat, lift, never give up sign, as well as a sign reminding you to love yourself first. The laptop is perfectly placed, so if you were to just kind of settle down and get into a programmer's job or need to check some emails when outside of work, it's just perfect. There is also its own private ensuite offshoot from the master bedroom, which contains a bath and a toilet area as well, which is perfect. Taking a look now, we're going to head into the kitchen and check out this small area. It is attached to the living room itself, and yeah, again, perfectly decorated. The clutter is insane here. It's on another level. You have everything you would ever need. And given that this is entirely base game on the first patch, it's going to be really fun to kind of see what else we can add in future updates. We have plant life in here. We have different flowers set up. We have a flower center piece on the main table as well, next to the milk, which will thankfully never go off in this world, as well as the cereal bowls set up ready for a morning, getting ready in the morning. From here we are going to head outside, obviously taking the route through the main living room and just heading out these double back doors. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this area was supposed to be layered with stone or what have you, because when I installed this lot from the workplace itself, none of that was actually carried over. So this back garden area may actually have been designed to be a lot cleaner and a lot smoother than what I actually have it as currently. Obviously I have some of the grass kind of overgrown, and that's just from the lot itself when I placed it on top. Now when you download this lot yourself, I reckon it would probably be best to take a look at the Steam Workshop file for this location and basically try to figure out, looking at the screenshots that were taken, what needs to be added, because I just feel right now those things aren't carried over themselves from the download, which is a shame, because I do think this property is really absolutely stunning. It looks like a firefly in the middle of Melino. You know, as we transition into night and then all of the automatic lights switch on, the entire house really just glows. Once again, a huge shout out to OddGuide5124 for allowing us to tour this. It's easily one of my favorite builds in Melino so far, and if you want to download this for your own save file, I've left the Steam Workshop link right down below in the description, so you can check it out yourselves. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite room in this house, and if you enjoyed the tour, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and all that other standard YouTube stuff that helps a small channel like this grow. Before I head off, I want to give a shout to the baby bat character model, Salem here, who gave us this tour. She was created by a user called 0.01KD, single mum of one, over on the workshop. So yeah, there you go. Make sure to check her out as well. Just type in baby bat. The letters are separate, B-A-B-Y-B-A-T, baby bat. So thank you so much to her as well for giving us this amazing character as well. Just kind of hang out and vibe. I don't think touring is really Joshua's spec, but Salem here did an excellent job. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.